Everyone's favourite jester-inspired character who fluctuates between anti-hero and villain is scheduled to receive an animated series. Yes, that's right. Clopin from Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Wait, no. Everyone's other favourite jester-inspired, whatever else I just said. Harley Quinn. The series will be available on the DC Universe streaming service, and a trailer was recently released at the San Diego Comic-Con. As a fan of the character, the concept of this show greatly excites me. The trailer clearly expresses the show's intentions. It's a comedy aimed at adults, serving as an affectionate parody to the DC Universe in general. The adult demographic provides opportunity for the show to explore dark or mature themes, with the relationship between Harley and Poison Ivy being heavily alluded to. It seems unlikely that Harley's psychologically tragic nature will be explored, since these ideas require serious treatment that could be tonally confusing in such a blatantly comical work. There is a chance that the show will aim for a Bojack Horseman approach of absurdism meets despair, but there's no sense of that thus far. The clown, Prince of Crime, naturally appears, and the trailer explicitly shows Harley antagonising him, hinting at an assertive and independent direction for the character, a la the DC Rebirth series, which her costume is modelled on. Well, technically her costume's modelled on my casual Sunday attire, but I'm used to Harley taking credit for that now. Batman, the Dark Knight himself, also appears, with one moment hinting some sort of allegiance between him and Harley, a dynamic that was explored in the animated film Batman and Harley Quinn, and even earlier, in Batman the Animated Series' episode Harley Quinn. Due to the change of perspective, there's every chance this relationship will be explored in more detail this time around. Other than the inevitable appearance from the Joker, the trailer confirms appearances from a vast array of Batman's rogues gallery, including lesser-known figures like Kite Man. Their inclusion, as well as the faithfulness of the character designs, clearly indicate that the creative team are passionate and knowledgeable, or that they know how to use Google. But not all three. It's impossible for a human to be passionate, knowledgeable, and know how to use Google. Speaking of the character designs, these are well illustrated, with a sense of personal style and an attempt to remain authentic. Judging by the trailer, the show in general seems to be delicately balancing experimentation with tradition. Already, the universe of this show seems impressively expansive, which does greatly reduce the possibility of it becoming formulaic immediately. On the subject of appearing characters, Aquaman has been surprisingly prominently featured in this trailer, and due to the comical nature of the series, he'll hopefully channel some of the characteristics of his outrageously good portrayal in Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is incidentally the second best animated version of Batman to date, and the actor who voiced him in that series is allegedly returning to reprise the role of the Cape Crusader in Harley Quinn. It's likely that several other members of the Justice League will appear, and due to the sheer scale of the show, I'm sincerely hoping for an appearance from Zatanna, the Mistress of Magic. Even if there's been no obvious indication of this so far, Harley will be voiced by Kaley Cuoco, and from the very little that's heard of her performance, her portrayal seems to be unique without any obvious imitation or influence from previous actors, although for some reason she does seem to be doing an impression of that actress from The Big Bang Theory. I've been recommended videos that have unfavourably compared this trailer to Deadpool, but I don't see an obvious link. Deadpool's main trait is breaking the fourth wall, and Harley isn't shown to do that in this trailer. It feels like these comparisons are being made on the sole basis that both properties use humour, and the concept of a superhero property being funny is not exclusive to Deadpool. My one major concern involves the show's sense of focus. The amount of characters and creatures shown is likely to make the show interesting, but equally as likely to make it seem aimless and chaotically unrestrained. Only time will tell how capably these concepts will be handled. But generally speaking, with its sense of humour, all-star cast, infectious energy, pleasing aesthetic, and brilliantly referential approach, my expectations for this show are seriously high. Who can turn the world on with a smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.